Hello and welcome to Desert Rat Fiber Arts. I'm Desert Rat, but you can call me Lloyd. Okay, I know it's really late, but it's time for the February 2026 block of the month for PAQA, Phoenix Area Quilters Association. And I apologize about this being so late. It was just been a hectic month. And besides, we aren't actually, at PAQA, these blocks aren't getting turned in until March because we had a national speaker in February at our meeting. It was Natalie Doan from Missouri Star Quilt was our guest, and so we didn't do any of the normal stuff we do in our meetings, such as block of the month or show and tell or things like that. So I'm going to show you this. It's pretty easy. I'm calling it a broken pinwheel. I don't know if it has another name to it. It's fairly easy to do, and it's going to be kind of fun. So I already have my fabrics here that are cut out for this. And I've got my instructions here that I wrote up for this block. You can get these at the PAQA website. I'll leave a link in the description to this pattern. Feel free to download any of our block of the months that are on there and have fun with them. So for this pattern, we need two 8-inch squares, one of a foreground and one of a background. And then we need 4 1.5 by 5-inch strips, which I have here, and 4 1.5 by 6-inch strips. So we're going to start this out by, let me go ahead and put this aside now. We're going to do a 4 at a time half square triangles. So you're going to take your background and your foreground. If you have patterns on there, you want to put your pretty sides together. And just like we did before, like with our broken dishes pattern, 4 at a time, you line up your top and your two pieces, and then you're going to sew a 1/4 inch seam all the way around the entire block. So let me do that real quick and I'll be right back. Okay, so once we have our block now with 1/4 inch all the way around, we're going to cut from corner to corner. So get a ruler, line up your corners like so. If you want to, you can draw a line on there if you prefer. But I'm just going to line it up with my ruler here. I'm going to cut across that corner like that. And then I'm going to move my ruler. Really would have been better if I would have used my rotary mat, but I didn't think of that. And then we're going to cut from corner to corner this way. Set aside that ruler. And now we have 4 half square triangles. Now you're going to want to press these, but before you do that, I'm going to use this new little tool that I got. You've probably seen before. These are the Clearly Perfect slotted trimmers. This is the one that's the whole number, so 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 inch. They come in sets of 2. The other one, it does 2.5, 3.5, 4.5, 5.5, and 6.5. But we're going to trim these to 5-inch blocks. So what you do is you're going to set this down here, and you're going to find your 5-inch here. You're going to line up the dotted lines on there with your seam, just like that. And then you're going, and I also line up the point in the center. And then you're just going to come in here. You're going to try not to move it. I'm going to come in here. Did I move it? Nope, I did not. In here, trim out the dog ears. And then you trim up the side like this. And then down this side like this. if it works. Let me get my dog ears. Double check it. Okay, so that trims off the dog ears. That one didn't work so well on this side, so it's probably just the angle I'm doing this at. And of course I messed it up, but you get the idea. So I'm just gonna come in here, line that up, and trim this off. And there we go. So now, when we press our seams, I press it towards the dark. You can press them open if you'd prefer. Be careful, because this is on the bias, so it's kind of stretchy. So we're going to do that with all 4 of these, and I'll be right back with you. Okay, we've got our blocks pressed, and I'm going to trim that, but I'll do that afterwards. So they're trimmed to 5-inch square, and we are ready to go. We're going to take one of our blocks, and then along the bottom, we're going to take a 5-inch or 1.5 by 5-inch strip, and we're going to sew that to the bottom. Then we're going to add our 1.5 by 6-inch strip to the opposite side here. So these are going against the dark block, or whatever your foreground is. Your background, you're not going to put any strips next to that. And you can do that with all 4 of these. So let me go ahead and do that real quick, and we'll be right back. Okay, so our last step then is to lay out our blocks. So you go something like this. So that one goes there, and then you're going to rotate, and that one goes there. Rotate again, where this one goes here, and then finally you want to rotate one more time for this one. And there are your 4 blocks for your pinwheel, your broken pinwheel, and then you just sew them together this way, and then you've got your completed broken pinwheel block. This measures about 11.5 inches square, so it'll be an 11-inch finished block by the time you're done. So that's it for the February block of the month. Again, sorry it took me so long to get this out to you. I meant to get it done earlier, but I just was not able to. I will be working on the March and April blocks of the month here videos. Hopefully get those out in time here soon. Just a hint for March, we're going to be doing a potato chip block. So if you've never done one of those, they're a lot of fun. Great way to use up a lot of 2.5-inch scraps. And for April, we're going to be doing one called New Album, which you will see when I get the video done for that. So anyways, any questions, please feel free to ask down below. Let me know what you think of this block. Again, the instructions that you can download off of the PAQA website will be available in the description down below. So feel free to go there, download it. Any other of the blocks of the month challenges that we have on the PAQA website, you're welcome to play along with any of those as well and have fun. So that's it. So until next time, this is Desert Rat. Happy crafting.